A key day in the Apple River stabbing trial. The defendant himself, Nicolae Miu, spending most of the afternoon on the stand testifying, giving his version of events.
What do you believe would have happened to you had you not used your knife?
I would have died. I believe I would have been killed that day. My face.
54-year-old Miu is charged with first-degree intentional homicide, accused of killing Stillwater teen Isaac Schumann while out tubing in 2022, and 4 others also stabbed that afternoon. Now the stage is set for closing arguments and then jury deliberations.
And the jury should have this case in their hands by this time tomorrow. So let's head out to our Rob Olson. He's at the St. Croix County Courthouse now to walk us through the day's developments. Rob, the big one here, Nicolae Miu on the stand.
Yeah, and late this afternoon, in fact, just happening in the last half hour or so after the jury was sent home, the case is rested. The prosecution hedging their bets a bit here by requesting and being granted lesser included charges. So that means a second-degree intentional homicide and a first-degree reckless homicide, plus lesser charges for the attempted murder charges as well. So if they didn't prove this highest level, the jurors have other options to convict on. Now, the defense, again, this was their chance to have Miu explain how much threat he felt that day. And part of it was he was a quadruple bypass patient. He said, you know, that he felt his stress level rising too, and he was worried. But the prosecution really went after him about the lies he told, the opportunity to walk away, and why he felt he had to use the force that he did.
No, I lied about the knife.
Was that your knife?
Yes, it is. It was.
Nicolae Miu admitted he lied about the knife he carried on the Apple River, the one used to kill Isaac Schumann and injure 4 others.
I believe I would have been killed that day.
Repeatedly testifying in answer after answer that he used it in self-defense and with no deadly intent, and prosecutors must prove he meant to kill.
Were you trying to kill somebody?
Absolutely not.
What were you trying to do?
I was just trying to defend myself. Oh my God.
That is Miu reacting to news of Schumann's death when told in jail hours after the stabbings. An interview shown to jurors before he testified, where he lied, claiming he did not have a knife that day. Several times insisted he was attacked by 2 knives and that he used one of them against his attackers.
You were so close, and one had it in his hand, so I took his hand and I bent it and I poked him with his own hand. And then I took it from his hand, and then I went and swung like this.
You're smiling.
I'm confused.
You're smiling.
I'm confused.
You're not smiling?
That's not a smile.
The prosecution questioned his testimony that he was in great fear, pointing out that he was not swinging the knife, but stabbing in vital organs.
I hear somebody got stabbed.
And again showed the jury him feigning ignorance when detained, and questioned his claim that he was surrounded and couldn't walk away by a crowd that was screaming at him to leave.
I stood my ground. I stayed in place.
You never backed up 1 step, did you?
No.
You had your knife out and you were prepared to use it.
To defend myself.
There was also some testimony, too, that seemed to indicate maybe he did strike one of the women first. He talks about having his hand up. There are witnesses who say he actually hit first, and then that led to the reaction, and then a chain reaction. He concedes he doesn't remember touching one of these women, but it may have happened. Closing arguments set to begin at 8:30 tomorrow morning, and then it goes to the jury. And again, now with reckless homicide charges included, that doesn't require proving he intended to kill, just that he did. In Hudson, Rob Olson, Fox 9.
All right, Rob, and a reminder that you can watch our gavel-to-gavel coverage. It'll be streaming on fox9.com and on the Fox 9 YouTube page. And you can also watch live on Fox Local. That'll be from noon until 5.